Welcome back, everyone, to Tales from the Cosmic Well, an original D&D story created in real time by a bunch of weird musicians. My name is James. I'll be your king of the dungeon, and with me are Zach Wheeler,
Vivian French, a dwarf, a druid, battling hay fever tonight.
Tom Polzine.
I'll be playing the part of Clyde Wonderspice, a gnome ranger with a heart full of gold and a pocket full of spices.
Amazing. And of course, Mike T. Kerr.
Mike T. Kerr playing Tassles the half-orc wizard who's just trying to, come into his own and find his place amongst this strange human world.
I wanna get physical, physical.
We got all kinds of magic, danger, and political intrigue in store, so let's get into it. Previously on Tales from the Cosmic Well, Vivian, Tassels, and Clyde joined the settlement's guards at the top of the hill. From there, they spotted a pillar of smoke, which Ayla, captain of the guard, told them was coming from a potentially populated area. The boys raced to find the source and were met with a burning village. Viv used his nature magic to compel the wind to put the fire out, while Clyde and Tassels investigated the scene. Finding a survivor, they learned that the fires were no accident. Tassels was able to pick up a trail that the perpetrators left behind and followed that trail to another town a few miles away. At the end of the trail were 7 members of the Reavers, a nomadic group of bandits and thieves. Quickly, the 3 heroes launched a surprise attack, which ended in most of the arsonists burned to ash. After their victory, the town's leader emerged and introduced herself as Wella, and the town as Mvale. Wella offered to help the new settlement any way she could as a way to repay the boys for saving Elmvale from a terrible fate. With a bit of discussion, Viv, Tassels, and Clyde realized that the Reavers were most likely part of a larger group. Tassels continued to be a bloodhound and found a trail of origin when they doubled back to the burnt-down village. This led them to an abandoned camp and further on back towards their own settlement. When they arrived back, they found the carnage of a recent battle. While they were gone, it would seem a larger group of Reavers had attacked and kidnapped Captain Ayla. So now, the 3 of you are on top of the hill looking over the settlement, and the young guard who told you that Ayla was captured seems to be panicking in front of you. He's repeating himself, but he adds a little bit this time. He says, they took Captain Ayla and Sergeant Hicks and Bash and Tan too. They just left. They took everybody and they left again.
Buddy, I need some usable information from you. Can you hang with me here? Just point me in the direction they went.
He points kind of due northeast and just says, they went past the settlement up towards Prudence.
Great. Now I'm going to need you to ballpark a number. How many are we talking about here?
Oh, dozens. It felt like there were 100 of them.
I think that'll do it. What do you say, boys?
Why don't you go have a sit there?
He goes and he sits down, but another guard comes over. He looks a little bit more composed, kind of more of a veteran.
What happened here today?
He says, yeah, you'll have to excuse the corporal. He's not used to a battle like this. These guys came in and they just started attacking, and, they're not particularly skilled fighters, but there were a lot of them. And eventually they kind of overwhelmed us, and they had this leader who came forward, and he said that if the captain would surrender herself, that they would leave with her. And then they took a couple of other hostages kind of to keep her from doing anything rash, I guess.
Huh.
What did the leader look like?
He's a big guy. I don't know. I mean, it was kind of hard to tell. They were all pretty tall, a little taller than we are. So,
did he have a helm on or something, or were you able to see his face?
Yeah, he had some kind of like steel helm with like a mohawk kind of down the side of it.
Do we recognize this from anything?
No, I mean, the only person who might recall this guy is Clyde. But he was a little young when it happened, so I imagine, Clyde, you probably don't have like any particular memories of the people who attacked your village, right?
Yeah, I don't know how much I actually witnessed beyond just like mayhem.
Mm-hmm.
Like especially when you're a kid and you walk out in your town and it's just like fires everywhere. Like I probably remember the noise and the fire.
Why don't you just, for the sake of it, why don't you just give me a history check? See
Okay.
what we know here.
Got that 2 out of the way. Don't worry, guys. I have a plus
Great.
18 to history. Oh, actually, no, plus 0. Sorry. Yep.
Yeah, you don't recall any particular features of any of the guys who you saw running around causing mayhem when you were a kid, but so the guy says, look, one of them did say something to me on the way out. He wanted me to say that the heroes of Belnora should follow at their own peril. I imagine that's the 3 of you.
Calling us out.
I mean, if that's how you describe us, sure.
Well, that's how he described you. So, if your enemies call you a hero, you must be.
All joking aside, what's our course of action here, boys? Is it best to charge forth? I mean, it seems like they're waiting for us. This could be an obvious trap situation, but I don't really know any other moves.
I mean, it'd be with numbers like this, we probably want reinforcements. Like it can't be just us, right?
I mean, are we looking to go to war with this party, or are we looking to track them, find them, sneak in under the dead of night, spring Ayla? How many hostages did you say, sir?
I think he said 4.
Clyde, let me tell you where I stand on that issue. Is that if we're going in to destroy the threat.
Do you think we're prepared to? What I worry about is drawing any forces that we may have away from this fledgling settlement that we've helped set up.
It will not last with them out there, anyways. So this seems to me like the last breath of this settlement to live another long day.
How many soldiers would answer the call if we were to try to raise a small group to charge forth and rescue Ayla?
He looks around and you see that there are a few soldiers that died during the battle. There are 4 missing. There are like 5 soldiers left or 6 soldiers left to protect the settlement. And he just kind of throws his hands up. He says, look, we could all go with you, but we'd be leaving the settlement wide open.
Yeah.
Man, I think we got to leave him behind.
We need to send word back to Wella, or whatever her name is.
Yeah. I agree.
And we may be calling in our favor with them sooner than they might have thought.
Well, and Belnora.
But this is where we need them.
If we can send somebody to Belnora.
What do you think is closer? Well. What would you know which one's closer?
Wella is much closer, right?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yes. Those villages that you guys saw last session are much closer. They're a few miles away. They're within kind of like a half an hour to an hour ride time for you guys. Whereas like the Belnora is like a couple of days travel.
Hey, Viv, would you be able to maybe send like a bird, or do you think your otter friend could call in one of his many favors send a messenger?
Yeah, we could see about sending a bird.
Maybe tying a note to a talon.
Yeah.
And we should send word back to Belnora all the same, with some sort of let's piece together as quickly as we can a version of where these guys are, where this camp is.
It's not going to hurt to send word everywhere that we have allies.
Just tell them to head in this direction, and they'll either be there to see our victory or to avenge our deaths.
I love that. That's big time.
Let me scan around, see if we can. We're back near the settlement, like right on it, right? We're in the settlement.
Yeah, you guys are like on the hill overlooking this kind of the settlement from the top of the large hill. The guard that you were talking to says, "Look, I can make the trip to this other town if it's close by, and I can deliver a message for you quickly. As far as Belnora is concerned, I'm afraid that by the time you reached them, they wouldn't be able to be much good to us in helping the captain and the other men.
But they still could fortify the village if things go terribly.
We're gonna have to do something. It seems as though this settlement has kind of caused a lot of problems for people out there. So I mean, we're gonna have to get reinforcements from Belnora, from Prudence, from Julis, from every surrounding city and town. You know, anyone that they can spare, so that we can turn this into a real, safe haven instead of just another target.
Could I scan the area for one of my animal scouts that we've agreed?
Yeah, you quickly see, like you kind of look around. You don't even need to roll for it.
Mm-hmm.
You see Dob is like at the bottom of the hill, just kind of got his head picked up towards you. Like, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on with you? Where have you been?
He runs up the hill towards you. He says, "Oh, I was just, I was telling a couple people about our deal, and I was just trying to get everybody to, fall in line. That's all I was really doing, I was just doing what you asked. That's all."
Dob, first thing that comes to my head, we need to come up with a best friend secret handshake. That can be later. We'll work on that.
Noted.
But right now, I need to know about the raiders that came into this village and took our captain.
Yeah, I did see that. I didn't really want to get involved, given that they would have immediately skewered me and probably killed me. But yeah, there were a lot of them. But this guy, this little whiny guy you were talking to, I think he might have been exaggerating how many there were.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably like 40.
That's not too bad.
That's fine.
We just killed like 10.
That's fine.
We just killed like 10 guys
Yeah.
back there. So
Yeah, whatever.
you do.
Look, I'm not saying you can't do it, but I mean, at the very least,
What?
I can send. You said that you might need a bird.
Yeah, I could use a bird, a couple birds, maybe to send some scrolls or messages to some surrounding towns. And if you have any wolf friends or anybody else that could join us, that'd be appreciated right now. I got treats for him. And
Look, here's the deal, bud. I don't talk to predators very often.
That's
It's
fair.
bad for my health.
Mhm.
It's bad for my image,
yeah.
But he like whistles. He puts like two little otter fingers in his mouth and just whistles, and a bird, like a small bird, comes down from the sky, and you see him talk to it, but you don't really understand what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
And the bird looks ready to take a message on its little talon.
Okay. Could I just grab a sheet of paper from my pack and just scrawl out a quick message to, well, I guess just Belnora directly?
What does it say?
Send help to the settlement. Captain Ayla taken. Vivian, Clyde, and Tassles attempting rescue mission. Just there's
Okay.
probably not a lot of room on there, so.
Great. Yeah, no, that's good. You tie it to the bird's talon, it immediately flies in the direction of Belnora. And Dob says, I can't get you a wolf or anything, but I'll go with you.
Hey Dob, I would love that.
All right, what are we waiting for?
Let's get going.
And we sent word back to Wella.
The
yeah,
That's where we
guard
sent
is
this
going,
to, right?
Yeah.
The other guard there is you can kind of tell just by looking at, they each have a sigil showing their rank next to the kind of sigil of Belnora. This guy is now like the ranking officer. Since Ayla is not here, he is the highest rank. He is the sergeant. And you see him, he like gets everybody together, and then they do like a little huddle, and then he jumps on a horse and just rides off towards Elmvale.
Could we ask, could I approach the guards, the remaining
Yeah.
guards?
Yeah.
Hey guys, do you have any supplies that we could take with us? Any potions, healing potions, or anything? If we get into trouble, I want to be able to grab Ayla, and if they're hurt, revive them so they can be in fighting shape, to help us get out of there.
Dob just pulls on your shirt sleeve.
Mm-hmm. Hey, yeah.
Hey, don't worry about it. I got you.
You got it.
Yeah, let's get out of here. We
Doc,
better go.
Never
We gotta
mind.
go.
My otter says we're cool.
They all like look incredibly puzzled.
Hey, thanks
Um,
anyway.
One of them does hand you Tassels one of the guys you beat in the yard. He hands you a cure wounds potion
Oh,
and a handshake and just says, I think the training with you might have saved my life in there. Thank you very much.
I'm glad to see you still standing.
Likewise, get out there and save the captain.
Keep your stick on the ice.
Again, just like a complete, it went from like words he understood to just, he just looks puzzled again. All right. So you guys are jumping on your horses. Roll me an investigation check before you take off. See if you guys can find this trail.
Yeah.
Have we rested at all, by the way? My health is at 41. Have we had a chance to rest since that last battle? Or is
You
this
guys
go,
have
go,
had a
go?
short rest, but you haven't had anything else.
So I think I gained some hit die from the short rest. So that's what that is. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's fine.
18 for me.
We're rolling a survival check to track.
This is an investigation or a survival.
Oh, if it's
Whichever
dirty-
survival, we'll go with that. 22.
Dirty 20 over here.
There's my second 2 of the evening. We're getting out of the way. Good thing I have plus 18 to survival. Oh, nope, that's a 4. Okay, 6 total.
All right, you guys are able to, between the three of you, you're able to find the trail. It's like a large trail. Even with your 6 there, Clyde, you're able to kind of see what's going on here. You could follow it, but the guys who rolled a little higher get a little bit more here. You see dozens of horse tracks, and you see dozens more reavers must have gone on foot. Give me an insight check now.
Everyone or the 2 that rolled anything worth
All
talking
three
about?
of you. All three of you.
Nice.
Guys, I'm getting all
Yes.
my duds out of the way now.
Insight's going to be 21.
A 15 for me.
It's a 7.
So, Vivian, you kind of get the feeling that with these kind of numbers, if the Reavers had wanted to take the settlement, if that was their goal,
Mhm.
they almost certainly could have.
Yeah.
If you didn't already have the feeling that this was true, you realize that they probably want you to follow them, and then they might have a trap set up somewhere.
Yeah. They're looking for us specifically.
Yeah.
Draw us out. Cool.
So you guys have your trail to follow. You have your like direction. Are you guys gonna just kind of jump to it?
I think so.
Well, is there nothing we can do to trap the trappers?
I mean, they've got a head start on us.
They
They've
sure
already
do.
like decimated everything, and they're making a wider gap with every lingering moment.
I realize that I am the one that very strongly voiced the opinion to throw all our beans into this pot and chase after them.
Yeah.
And now we're marching to our certain death.
Uncertain death.
Okay, okay, uncertain death. I appreciate that, actually.
Probable death.
Yeah,
I'll give you that.
Well, I'm not a numbers person. I'm not playing fate is not our decision.
Could
Dobbs says from the back of your horse. He says, "You guys ever see Seven Samurai? That movie fucking rules, guy. It absolutely rules.
I like
It's
the cut of
completely
the- I-
unrelated.
What's
It's
I like-
unrelated
I
to the current
I like
situation."
the cut of this otter's jib.
you can't understand what he's saying, Mike, if I'm correct.
No,
It
no,
sounds like chittering. Yeah, otters chitter. It's a very interesting sound.
I take another another drag off of the joint and say, I like the cut of this otter's jib.
No, I understand him.
You do, yeah. Clyde does.
I like to imagine just after that little wizard leaf hit, though, there's a certain understanding beyond language
It's
that
more
now
about
exists.
it's more about inflection than
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a musical language. There are
Yeah.
certain tones that are being hit, intervals that tell a story.
It's
That's
the
right.
notes he didn't play. Is really.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you guys are on horse. So sorry, Tassels
horse.
brought up on horse. Tassels brought up the point. Is there a way to trap the trapper? What are you guys talking about on the way there? Are you guys discussing strategy? Are you just kind of
I have a
Head down.
flaming sphere at my disposal, boys. Don't forget that.
Nice. I mean, I think the only thing that really comes to mind is that we just got to wait for cover of nightfall. We need to do any recon in the shadows, find out where Ayla is. Once we know, I think simple is best. If we can sneak in and get her out without being noticed, that's fine. But as soon as we're noticed, we just need to punch through their ranks like a hammer and split into the woods.
Yeah.
And
Well-
hope that Wella's people are right behind us.
I think that's all we've got.
Yeah. Well, I know I can get in completely undetected. If I turn into a small animal,
Yeah.
I could sneak in there and figure things out. I also can cast Pass Without a Trace to make you both sneakier.
That's awesome.
But past that, I don't know what we do once we're in.
Okay, this is
we're
going to
gonna
sound weird, but
encounter-
what sort of creature are you imagining, Viv, that you could turn into?
Well, the ill-fated subterfuge incident of a few weeks ago, where I turned into a tiny spider, I got right in there. The only issue was that I saw red and turned into a giant spider and attacked that guy.
Could you
But-
turn into like a coyote or a raccoon or something?
Oh, I could definitely do a raccoon.
Okay, now hear me out. I pull out my bag of holding. I'm going to see if I can squeeze in this thing.
Okay.
I'd like to try to get my leg in the bag of holding, see if it takes.
You are able. You put your leg in. You kind of slip right in there, like a slip and slide. You just kind of go all the way into the bag.
Now I'd like to cling to the top edge. Now you're gonna tie me to your back. My head's just poking out of this bag. Am I in this bag?
You're in the bag. You're in the bag. You can climb out of it.
Can tassels get in the bag?
I don't
didn't
know.
specify the size of the bag. I just have a velvet bag of holding.
It's like basically backpack sized, but you can open the opening up large enough to fit into it. It's like it's the ultimate one size fits all.
Tassels.
Yeah.
I don't mean to be too forward here, but what's your waist size and your bust measurement?
This is what I'm wondering, though, is once he's in the bag of holding, does it retain the small size?
It does.
Size?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we could strap this to the back of a badger.
Yeah.
I guess the question there is, Clyde,
Mm-hmm.
have you ever tried to strap a backpack to a badger?
I not only have I never done that before, but I've never done it from the perspective of one within the bag.
Hey, Dob.
Yeah.
Do you have thumbs?
He let me just double check. I'm pretty sure they do.
Gonna get,
I'm looking for
you're gonna get
opposable
this
thumbs.
stream shut
I like
down.
this plan that's developing though right now.
He doesn't really. It's like he doesn't really have thumbs, but he has 5-finger like appendages
Hmm,
that are pretty posable.
yeah.
I don't think he'd be able to like tie a bag or in any meaningful way.
I mean, is there a way to mount it
Vivian,
first?
Vivian, I can tie the bag from the outside.
Yeah.
It
if
has
that's what you
straps
mean.
on
Or do
it.
you, are you
Oh,
trying
it's
to
a
get
back-
me in there?
Yeah,
It's
but
a backpack.
who's gonna look at it back? Like, if somebody sees a badger with a backpack,
It's like, oh great, we're in fucking
Here's another option.
Richard Scarry's goddamn.
Here's another
Uh,
option is that maybe we don't all need to go into the camp though. Maybe I could be the lookout from if there is a hill or a high vantage point,
Mhm.
and if I see that you're noticed by one guard, I have pretty good range with this crossbow and I could try to put down the threat before any alarm is raised.
That's true.
I do wonder if putting the physical wizard in the middle of the camp via Badger backpack is
Mhm.
not a better use of this idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you two are
Yeah.
going in and I'll keep a lookout
Yeah.
from a high vantage point.
Clyde's the eye in the sky. Wonder spies.
Now, fellas, over these last few months, traveling with you and going through this time, or however long we've been together, I don't know. I learned a new trick, and I
Mhm.
whip down this rope, and it kind of coils at my feet, and I'm holding the rope, and nothing's happening, but I'm indicating to the rope strongly.
What?
What is it?
We get in there, and things go south. You are going to follow me up this rope. All right?
Is it
Where
a
does
s-
this rope go?
Just it's a yes or no question
What's
to
this,
save your life.
What's the spell? Is it magic?
It's to save your life. All right.
Just say yes or no. I'll say
when
yes.
you say when things go completely south, Ayla and the three of us will be escaping up this rope.
I want you to know, James, that I'm doing my best not to metagame question this.
I'll
Because I have
climb
a
any
very
rope.
critical question, but it, yes.
There's a lot of stuff.
There's a lot to unpack here.
I'm on board for climbing a rope to safety, so I'm just gonna say yes. I have one request for you while you're in my bag, though, Tassels. If you would
Yes,
be
of course.
just like don't go rooting around in my stuff in there.
Oh no,
you know,
no, of course not.
it's like there's nothing really that sensitive, but it would just be nice if you weren't rooting through. All
Can I
my
smoke
stuff
in here?
I
Are
haven't
you both
really
in the
set
bag
those
right now?
boundaries yet.
Are you both in the bag?
I think we're. Both
I guess
in the
we
bag
are both
still.
in the bag right now.
I will
face
tell
to
you,
face. We're face
you've-
to face talking.
What does it look like in here?
You've been in the bag for a few minutes. It's very dark. The light coming in through the opening kind of gives like a little bit of color to everything. You see your stuff just kind of lining the bottom in a very organized fashion. But you guys have been in here for a few minutes now, and the air is starting to get thin. It's starting to become a little harder to breathe in there.
Okay, well, on that note, I'm gonna get out. Make sure you
Okay.
keep this thing cracked.
All right. Yeah. Just keep my mouth out of the hole until we seal it up. Now, I am a wizard, a proud physical wizard of the delusion.
He's a delusional
He's
wizard.
a
Oh,
delusional
conjuration.
wizard.
Conjuration. Yeah, conjuration. And I'm wondering if I can conjure a giant oak leaf or something that we could tie around the badger's neck, and then the backpack will be covered.
A what?
Oh yeah, like create like the illusion of like a giant leaf that covers the backpack.
And just so that the backpack doesn't look like a backpack, it more looks like, I guess, an oak leaf that fell on this badger.
What kind of cantrips you got
You
over
said
there?
oak
Well,
leaves.
no, I
like
could do that.
shades. Like,
Yeah.
I want to get some oak leaves.
I can
'Cause
do
we
that
might
with
go to
druid
clubs.
craft. I could probably use druid craft to make it look like part of my back. Between druid craft and my wild shape, I could just be a
Okay.
hunchback badger.
Well, I guess I'll take my arcane tradition of conjuration and find something else to conjure.
Yeah.
Perhaps a rope.
Perhaps a rope or a bubble of fresh air while you're in that bag.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So you guys are kind of having this discussion as you're going. I will allow you the opportunity to take another short rest on the way up here. So if anybody needs more hit points, if anybody needs more spell slots back,
Spell
Yeah, I
slots
have
for sure.
one spell slot back that I need. Is that cool?
yep.
I think my spells are back, and I'm only 4 hit points shy of max, so it might be better to just save them. I think save the hit die.
Okay.
What
just
do
in case.
How much do I regain, spell slot wise?
It's equal to spell slots equal to the level that you are. So
Okay.
you like 4 levels worth of spell slots.
Okay,
So
got it. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
all right. So you guys are cruising. You follow in the Reaver's wake, and you realize that since you're moving quickly, the tracks are getting fresher, and you can tell you're beginning to gain on them. They seem to be following the main road towards the city of Prudence until you see that they break off towards a forest to the northeast. As you follow them a little further in, the large wooded area, you see it has a small path that leads into the relative darkness of the shade. You guys follow them into the woods there?
Yeah,
Let's
I think
let's
so.
pull a survival or investigation where it turns and on the way in as well.
And
just
we
to
haven't
see if
set
they're
up our
setting
thing
traps
yet.
for us.
Have we set up the thing? Like, I did get in the bag.
Not
I
yet.
think we were testing it, but like we can be back in the bag. I imagine we were like riding.
Okay,
horse
we're
this whole
still
time.
riding.
You can't stay in the bag for very long
Right,
before the
right,
air
right,
runs out.
right, okay.
So you would have known that Yeah, and you guys actually you need a little help getting out of the bag
Okay.
Okay.
Is this
from the outside. You can't really climb out without a little bit of help. So
It's
somebody
like
needs to be
falling in
outside the bag
ice.
at all
Yeah.
times.
Okay.
Okay.
This seems like a dangerous move. The bag situation.
Is this
you
a good
need
spot?
a spotter.
Is this a good spot to get set up for that? It
Well,
sounded like that. Maybe I'm off base.
First,
but-
were we rolling? What were you suggesting, Viv?
I
That we
was
roll
looking at
perception,
perception,
nature, or
investigation, just something to see, because I'm thinking they're going to be setting traps for us on the way in, or
Mhm.
preparing an ambush, something. For me, was it perception or investigation? There, James.
If you guys are looking for traps and stuff, it'd be perception.
Okay,
yeah,
it's
14 for me.
10 for me.
I was worried about the bag, and I only rolled a 5.
We
So-
got bag brain.
Clyde, you don't see any traps leading into the forest here. The rest of you guys don't really see much of anything that would indicate it either. But Clyde, you feel a little more confident.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
You guys, I think we're all clear. I think we're getting close to their position, though. So I think, Tassels, you might have a point. Maybe now's the time to put these pieces of the puzzle together.
All right, finish this puzzle and frame it. and
Maybe
hang it
we
on the
try to
wall.
get off. Maybe we drop the horses, get off the beaten path here, cast pass without a trace,
Cool.
and start moving in now.
So we hitch the horses to a tree, kind of maybe like 20 feet off the path, 30 feet off the path, something like
Yeah.
that.
And maybe we don't need to cast the spells and throw Tassels in the bag yet because he doesn't have that long.
Okay.
So let's actually get some sight and
Yeah.
find a spot for Clyde to be, and then we can go.
Yeah, I'm looking for my crow's nest. My what's the term? What's the sniper's nest? Sniper term?
Crows.
Oh, I'm not sure.
I need to find my vantage point. I need to find my tower.
All right. You push on into the woods, and within a couple of miles, the path begins to slope downward, and the forest on either side rises into ridges that are like walls, guiding you deeper into the forest. Why doesn't everybody just give me a perception check real quick as you guys kind of enter this?
Oh, 23, my friend.
Yeah, 19 for me.
Okay. All
Uh,
of you are
Yeah,
successful.
21. Yeah.
You guys hear the sounds of deep guttural laughter coming from up around the corner in front of you. You also smell the smoky aroma of a campfire. How do you proceed?
Okay, so
Sneakily.
Quietly.
I will cast pass without a trace on all of us, including Dob.
You guys do notice that it's not the sound of a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
I will give you that one as well.
Mm-hmm. I
That's the thing.
think
Can we get a visual?
It's around. Oh yeah, you know what? Let me take you there, huh? Let me take you there. I'm taking you places.
Won't you take-
Come with me. I can't. Oh wait, I'm singing a song from Coco. Sorry.
If you want to scroll down there, Zach, that's where
Oh.
the map starts. It's pretty long.
Okay, I see ya. Let's see.
And so we're hearing the sound up around the bend, up like this way around the corner.
Yeah, from right around the corner, there's like a, it
Good.
breaks off.
Could I attempt to sneakily like scale this wall to get up top and try to like peer down where the fire may be?
Yeah, give me a stealth check and then give me a climb check.
And
Stealth, I have the benefit of pass without a trace.
That's right. I
And
believe
can
so.
Can
Plus
I assist?
10.
Can I assist him with a leg up?
A boost? Yeah, you can roll the climb check with advantage.
Nice. So
Nice.
that is a 32 for sneak.
Okay, that's pretty damn sneaky.
And then now with advantage for climb.
Mhm.
15 plus. Can I add dexterity or is this
This is in athletics or in acrobatics.
Okay, cool. Then that'll be a 19.
Yeah, you scramble up the side pretty easily. You find some holds, practice that finger strength, push yourself up the side of the ridge, and find yourself on top of this kind of wall. And on the side, like the other side of you, to your right, you see that there's a ton of plumage. There's a lot of flora from this forest. and you hear kind of the noises of nature that were a little quieter down in between, like in the valley of the ridge there.
Mm-hmm.
And from up here, you also get a kind of a better ear on what's happening in front of you. You hear there's some talking, and definitely sounds like some inhuman voices.
Can I recognize what language they're speaking?
What languages do you speak?
I speak gnome and common and small animals.
So no, you can't.
Okay.
It's a series of like grunts
I think my
that you can't
aim,
really make out.
my goal is still the same, which is to sneak close enough to get a visual
Okay.
on who's in front of us.
Yeah, you sneak up. You're just completely silent, and you just peer over the edge of the ridge. And I'll just give you a little visual. Why don't you when I get you move up to where you want to be when I get you the visual.
Mm-hmm.
Any minute now, I promise.
No rush. Okay, so I imagine I would be peering down. Maybe I'd sneak around the tree, actually. Could I get this far? Like up here somewhere?
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh.
You're like, so I'm going to roll for them just in case one of them rolls a nat 20.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You're like completely silent. These guys are like not paying attention. They're not looking up. You're just completely as stealthy as you've ever been.
Mm-hmm.
And you peer over, there are two humongous ogres that are flanking this third figure that looks just like a regular dude. But he seems to be talking to them in a language that you can't understand. He's like doing grunts and kind of like hitting his chest and like making these weird signs with his hands. And they kind of seem to be like acquiescing and talking to him a little bit, but they don't speak much. They just kind of nod and they make like affirmative grunts when they seem to be agreeing with him. And then you see two guards of Belnora who are chained to this like this huge log that's over behind them.
Gotcha. And they're chained to this log.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Can I scooch up at this corner just sneakily to see what I can hear?
Give me a stealth roll there.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, you absolutely can do that.
25.
Okay. I'll keep their perception rolls. None of them see or hear you.
Mm-hmm.
What languages do you speak, Viv?
Dwarven, Druidic, Common, and Sylvan.
Okay, yeah, you don't understand them, but you're closer, you hear them, you hear it's only a few people.
Yeah.
But you hear that there's like voices that definitely aren't from a normal person.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Tassels,
Well-
what are you doing? You just hanging back there?
Have both my palms open against this wall
Yep.
of stone, and I've closed my eyes, and I'm concentrating as hard as I can on the forces along this stone wall. I'm speaking to the stone, and I would love to roll a perception or something.
Speaking to the stone. Yes.
Whoa.
Do you have a spell here?
No, this is just a perception thing. This is just a feel.
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Just a little flavor for the perception.
Yeah.
Oh my god. +2, so 18.
With the firm, chilled surface of the stone beneath your hands, you feel like a calm come over you, and you're able to focus a little bit more on your other senses. You close your eyes, and you hear the same thing that these guys are hearing. What languages do you speak?
I don't speak this language.
Are you sure?
Yes,
Okay.
but do I understand what is around that corner based on my perception?
I mean, you know that there are a small number of creatures over there, and that the majority of them are not your average dude.
Human, right?
Right. Or like a person. They're not like a dwarf or an elf. They
Yeah,
sound
right.
huge.
Right.
Some of the sounds are just like coming from something way too big to be a person.
Sweet.
Well, I don't think Clyde knew that Viv was going to be sneaking a look around the corner, so I imagined he was doing like a scouting recon thing and then was going to report back what he sees.
Okay.
So I'm probably attempting to continue sneaking back to the top of this ridge.
Yeah, you go back, you see that your buddies have moved up and they're like closer to the corner, to that intersection you saw.
Mm-hmm. Could I try to get their attention without like making a bunch of noise?
Yeah, give me a stealth check.
Do I still have pass without a trace?
You do.
Great. Then that is going to be a 17.
Give me a deception check.
Deception, huh?
Yeah. Well, hold on. Tell me how you're getting their attention.
I'm waving my arms. I'm not making a sound. I'm trying to make no sound.
I feel like.
But
sorry,
you're at the top of the ridge. That's fine.
I'm at the top of the ridge and I'm trying to just look down and like just catch their like sight, or at least like tassels.
Okay.
I feel like I'm a lot closer to where he is, and I also spoke to the stone and feel like I would have sensed him coming.
There's a lot of weird presumptions going on here.
I mean, if it's possible to not make noise to get their attention, that's my goal. So if I'm out of eyesight, what I was hoping is that the failure would not lead to being discovered so much as lead to I'm not noticed by my comrades.
That's what happens. They unless they roll, I guess, why don't you guys roll perception checks, but you're going to need like a nat 20.
I mean, we're also waiting for him to return, though.
Yeah,
You know what
I
I'm
was
saying?
just kind of trying to put it here to make sure that he didn't slip up or anything, just so we could be ready.
Okay.
I rolled a 15.
All right, just for the sake of just kind of cleaning things up, it's if you guys were waiting for him to come back, then he kind of comes back over the corner. You do, when you're coming back over the corner there, you do make a little bit of noise, and you hear that the sounds stop. The sound of talking stops around the corner.
Okay.
But there's no other movement or indication of what's going on around the corner. But you're able to get to the side there. You kick a little bit of gravel, and the two guys notice you. They're here.
We're noticed now. No,
You don't-
my
you
two
don't-
allies noticed.
Yes, that's right.
You said two guys. I was like, those guys?
You're two guys.
Okay, so I'd like to try to through hand motions. You know, I assume they've already seen, but I'm going to be like, two big guys.
Yeah.
One.
I think that checks out.
You know, that one's harder to describe, but playing little charades with them. Let 'em know
36
people.
lanterns if two big guys.
Yeah,
34
exactly.
lanterns.
So I think you guys have a pretty good idea of what you're up against around the corner.
If that's the case, then I'm going to, again, through pantomime,
Yeah.
point to myself,
Mhm.
pull out the crossbow, walk up.
I'm going to point to myself and make a talking motion with my hand.
Don't talk to him. You know? Okay,
right.
Clyde makes a move to sneak back into position where he was previously.
Okay, give me another stealth check, but roll with disadvantage.
Okay, that's a 24.
Okay, that's still pretty damn good.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. That pass without a trace is big time.
Yeah.
What
seriously.
are their perceptions? If you can believe it, their perceptions are quite bad. So you are actually able to sneak up, but they are looking around the corner at where Viv and Tassels are. They are like the three of them are all like focused and they're all looking around the corner. It looks like they're ready.
Okay, so I'd like to get up then maybe just a little higher. Now, would Clyde think that the regular looking man is calling the shots?
You can give me an insight check on that.
Is that intelligence or wisdom? I need to check. Wisdom, so +2, so 18 total.
Yeah, I mean, this guy was definitely he's doing all the talking. You know, these guys are like agreeing with him. You think he's probably in charge.
Mm-hmm. Then he's my mark.
Okay.
That's how Clyde is rolling with this one. He's going to take down the leader. I would like to try to take a shot from the shadows with the King's Council, as I've named my masterwork, +1 magical crossbow of
Okay.
death.
Where are the other two of you guys, real quick, while this is happening? What are you doing?
I feel like I'm just waiting on Clyde's move to make my move.
I guess I would have come after that pantomiming conversation would have come up here.
Okay. So you guys are both there. I want the two of you to roll initiative, and Clyde's going to get a surprise round because he got a stealth check on
Got
the top.
Got it. 12.
That's a natural one.
12 from Viv. Natural 1 for Tassels.
Uh-oh.
Okay, well, this guy's my favored foe. Let's hit him.
All right.
Okay, sweet. +9 is 24 to hit.
Yeah, you super hit this guy. He's looking around the corner at where Vivian and Tassels are, and you just like completely catch him unaware. Go ahead and roll all your damage on him.
So I won't get to roll Colossus Slayer, which is my extra D8, because he hasn't been blooded yet.
Okay.
Which is kind of a bummer, but as a bonus action, can I do the Hunter's Mark, or did I blow it by not announcing that first? I'm getting my things out of order, but
I'll let you do it.
I won't let that happen again.
We're not cutting throats here. We're having fun.
Sweet. Yeah, I'd like to basically apply every bonus I can to damage against him to take him down. So that will be first a D10 from the crossbow, +5.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be 11 damage from the crossbow. It'll be a D6 from my Hunter's Mark. Okay. Just the one, so he's at 12 damage, and that'll be a D4. Okay, so 15 damage. Is that right? Is that math correct? 11, 12, 15. Yep.
Yeah, you shoot something, it just goes straight into his back, and he takes a ton of damage. He's like clearly messed up, but he's still doing all right, and he looks up and he points at you. Go ahead and roll initiative, Tom, to jump into the order here.
Sweet. Okay, that'll be a 9. That'll be a 9.
Okay.
I think we got this all under control, you guys.
Yeah, I think we're gonna be okay.
Listen, we could have allied these ogres to our cause, and they could have joined us to save Ayla.
Clyde will assume that their diplomacy capabilities are lacking at best.
That's fair.
All right. So the first thing that happens is as soon as you hit this guy with an arrow, you see his reflexes are pretty fast, and he just turns and fires a crossbow bolt at you right back.
Whoa.
Dang.
It's an 8 to hit.
No, it does not hit.
And then he shoots off a second one. That's 21 to hit with that one.
Whoa, he's got 2 shots with his crossbow.
Yeah.
Is he a crossbow master? Or does he need to take his turn to reload?
He's quick firing.
All right, yep. I'm hit, certainly.
He deals 6 damage to you.
Okay.
With the crossbow bolt. Catches you on the side of the arm. You guys are just kind of trading shots there. This ogre here on the left in the tank top. He's gonna 5, 10.
He looks like one of the Monstars.
25.
Yeah.
He does.
He comes out here. How much movement does he have?
He's got the overalls.
Oh, he gets to move
Got
40
the car hearts.
He comes out here. He looks over here. He sees you guys and just jumps over here. He's just going to take a whack at you, Vivian, with his great club. He's got this massive club.
Uh-oh.
So these crazy huge spikes just hammered into the end of it. And he just like takes it and just side swipes at you. That's going to be a 23 to hit.
That
Oh.
might hit.
You're going to take 7 damage, 7 bludgeoning damage. You kind of get out of the way of like the full hit, and he
Yeah.
basically deals you a glancing blow.
Whoa.
And you
okay.
think to yourself, like, geez, that could have been much worse. Viv, you are up. This guy's right in front of you. And he's just screaming, just kind of this loud,
Could I roll
moaning,
an-
screaming
Could I
face.
roll an insight why it would be a glancing blow? Or was that, or are we just...
You think that
Save
he's
after
capable of dealing a lot more damage.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah, that club looks it's the most massive thing you've ever seen.
I will, as a bonus action, cast Hex upon him.
Yep.
So I can, that's first level. Sorry, I'm just keeping track of all my magic here. So he's marked, and he is going to have disadvantage on, let's say, Constitution saving throws.
He's gonna make a Constitution saving throw.
No, he has disadvantage on
Oh, okay.
Constitution saves. That's part of
Copy
Hex.
that.
So Hex is extra d6 per spell attack hit or whatever, per attack hit, and then he has disadvantage on con.
Let me just mark that somehow. Let's just say he's got a little sad face on now. Okay.
He's not happy. And then I am going to cast... Sorry, I'm just getting all my spells. Let's do... Actually, just the shillelagh, straight up. We're swinging at him.
Okay.
Oh, I don't think a 7
Oh,
would
no.
hit, would it?
It doesn't. Yeah, you throw up your shillelagh to kind of club him back, and he catches it and tosses it back in your face.
Okay, then let me use my movement to
Yep.
swing right here. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Cool. And that's
Yeah, you're staying engaged with them, so you don't need to 5 foot unless you're disengaging.
Yeah.
Okay, you move to the side. Clyde, you're up.
Okay. Is this guy taller than the ridge that I'm standing on, or is he below? How high?
Oh,
up
he's
is this?
about 5 or 6 feet below the ridge.
Okay.
The ridge
so
is about 12 feet high.
so I can't see the ogre. I'm just hearing commotion from where my friends are.
You can see the ogre.
This guy?
Yeah. Let me just double check. I want to make sure. I'm pretty
I'm
sure
like a
he's
ways
that
back
tall.
here, and if he's 5 feet below,
I thought you were talking about the guy who's in front of you.
no,
The
I'm
human.
talking about the one who's in. I'm just wondering if I would notice, be able to have a visual on who's attacking my friends.
He's 10 foot tall.
Okay,
So
but I'm,
you
like,
can
up.
kind of make him out as he's like raising his club. You saw the club come up over the.
But I don't have a
over the
shot,
ridge.
is what I'm getting at.
No, you don't.
I don't have a line of sight.
No, it's
If that's the case, then I need to dedicate my fire for now on the leader. I think
Okay.
it's still what I'm doing.
all right. You got your crossbow.
Dang it. That is going to be a 14.
I mean, that still hits. You have such an insane amount that you add to your attack.
Oh,
Yeah,
sweet.
yeah. You hit this guy. Go ahead and
So
roll
he is,
some damage.
now that he's blooded, I get my Colossus Slayer additional damage. So that
Righteous.
is going to be a D10,
Oh,
which
oh.
is 6 plus 5. So 15 plus a D8. Okay, 17 plus a D6. Okay, so 19 plus a D4. God. 20 damage though.
Yeah, he's looking up at you and he's like kind of sneering because he just shot you with his bolt. Finish him.
Yes. I mean, I think it just drops him. I think it's a noble blow to the chest.
Yeah.
And he
Just straight through the
collapses
heart.
near the fire. Yeah.
You kill him almost instantly. It just very humanely. He's dead.
Sweet. Could I this guy definitely notices me, right?
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna keep my ground. I was considering trying to scale down and get in front of these guys, but I don't think that's wise. I'll stay where I'm at for now.
This guy turns around. He sees that his master is dead, and you hear him this sorrowful like groan that just shakes the trees around you, and he just climbs up here. I'm gonna do a little climb check.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Well,
In his sorrow, he fell.
Or can I get an
Ah,
attack of opportunity as he's clumsily climbing this cliff?
He gets up there. It's not that hard for him. It's not like that high.
Yeah.
So he gets up there, but he isn't going to be able to take an attack this turn. That was his turn, was just getting up there.
Okay.
And he just roars in your face. You know what? He's going to try and intimidate you. Go ahead and roll an insight check.
If I succeed, can I roar back in his face and attempt to roll an intimidate?
I'll let you do whatever you want if you succeed.
Okay. How about that? How about that, James?
Oh, wow.
He roars at you. You feel no fear. What do you do?
Chuff.
I would like to roar back at him with all the spittle just spraying from my mouth. Simultaneously, I want to like roll my eyes back to look just possessed by a demon greater than myself.
He flinches. He
Yeah.
absolutely flinches. All right. It's Tassel's turn.
Okay, down here at the end of the line. This is called the back of the train. Here's what I have for you. Is my friend, let's call him Stinker, and we'll call this one Pinker, if that works.
Perfect.
God.
And I'm going to be casting Web on Stinker.
All right. So let me just bring that back up again.
Yeah, he is going to have to make a dex save right now, and then it would take strength to escape it.
So it's a dex save first.
Yeah.
What does he need to get?
He needs to get a 13.
All right. He succeeds.
God.
Rolled a natural 15, and even with his -1 to dex,
He's got -1 to dex. He's still got the 14.
he still succeeded.
Wow.
So if you don't mind, let me just see what happens on a failure. I think it just means that he's not entangled, or rather the word would be
He's not restrained. Yeah.
not restrained.
But the
Okay.
webs are still there.
Yeah. And
So you cover.
they are touching him.
Yeah. He's got some webs on him.
Right.
They didn't do anything to hold him down, but he's covered in the webs. The webs are now like also kind of all over the forest floor and against the ridge.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
He will have to make a dex saving throw if he starts his turn in those webs as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was that, and it didn't do what I thought it was going to do.
Oh, I think when it starts its turn is when it's supposed to take the first dex saving throw, but we'll count that as the first one.
Oh.
And then if it enters them during its turn, it must make a dex saving throw.
Oh,
So
okay,
yeah,
okay,
no,
okay.
he should be good. He should be good.
Okay.
Is there
Well,
anything else you wanted to do?
I guess ultimately not, other than try and clamber up this rock wall.
All right, that would take you know what? I'll let you do a movement action for that. Go ahead and roll me an athletics or an acrobatics.
Oh God. Oh, cheers. Plus 3 is
You do
8.
your absolute best, but you're not quite able to get there. You
I
slip
throw
on one of the
I
rocks.
throw the web, and then in a huff, I'm kind of laughing to myself, saying, "I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna get the higher ground. I'm gonna fucking shock his head." And then I am still.
You end your
sitting
turn.
in
You
the
like turn up to look at this thing that is just hulking over you. And it's gonna be back to his turn. So he is. I think he's just gonna keep attacking you, Vivian.
That checks out.
He's covered in web. Though.
He rolled a natural 1. So he
Nice.
overextends and his club goes into the ground behind you, and it's like lodged into the ground. So he has a choice to make. He either has to like spend an action to pull it out or attack you with his bare hands going forward.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's lodged in there pretty good. But that's his turn. He's not going to move. Vivian, it's your turn again.
Yeah. We're going to 5-foot disengage. I'm going to bonus action call up Gertrude, the hawk, floating above my head, granting myself advantage for this turn. And I'm going to light the webbing on fire
Yes.
with a produce flame.
So you can actually just, because he's got webs on him, you can actually just attack him if you'd like.
Yes, it'd be attacking him with the
Right.
fireball. Correct.
Yep.
Bing bong. Thank goodness for Gertrude.
That could have gone very poorly for you
Gertrude
guys.
comes on through once again. 17 to hit.
17 hits. Let's have Mike roll his web damage, which is 2d4.
Yeah, it is technically supposed to be at the start of his turn. I don't know if that matters.
We'll just take care of it right now
Okay,
while we're
cool.
thinking about it. I don't want to miss
Okay.
it. And Viv, why don't you roll your produce flame damage?
Yes, and hex damage.
And hex damage.
Produce flame is a d8 fire, so 4 fire and 4 hex.
And that's
So
5 from the
So that's 13 damage to this guy.
Nice.
You see, like, he goes up a little bit and kind of just puts it out, taps himself, pats himself. The percussive force of his hits against his flesh just kind of like just resonate in your ears, just
Hand
so
welding will
loud.
save your life one day.
I believe it. Anything else you want to do, Viv?
That has got to be the turn.
Clyde, you've got
Okay.
this massive ogre in front of you.
So Hunter's Mark lasts for an hour. So I think I can declare this as my new Hunter's Mark.
You can move it, yeah, as a bonus action.
However, if I wanted to name him my foe, I would have to expend my only one other foe I can do for the day.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming that we may have to continue pushing forward after this, I'm gonna actually try to reserve that.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna use, and he hasn't been blooded yet. So if I hit him, it's just regular damage and Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
But I will be trying to attack him. So that being said, it's gonna be a 28 to hit.
That's a big hit. Go ahead and roll some damage on this guy.
Nice. D10. Okay, well, we're swinging wide. That's going to be 6 damage plus a D6. Okay, so 11 damage.
Okay.
And then after that, I'd like to move.
Yeah, so you shoot your crossbow bolt, and it just looks like a tiny pin in this guy. He like looks at it in his arm. He just looks at you, looks at it again, and, you can move. Go ahead and move wherever you want to.
Okay, I'd like to move 5, 10, 15, 20.
Yep.
Is it possible? So I'm 12 feet up
Mm-hmm.
to jump down and not get hurt. Is there a way I can roll in acrobatics to make a jump like that?
Yeah. I'll let you. I mean, you'd have to step off. Like, you wouldn't be able to jump. That's like a kind of a separate action. So you can kind of just like fall off and try and tumble gracefully to the ground if you'd like.
Yeah, what I'm doing is hedging my bets that I can gracefully get down the side more easily than this ogre can scale and get up and down. He'll be slowed down by this. So yeah, I'm going to attempt to step off the side and
Okay.
I guess roll in acrobatics.
Yeah.
That's going to be 16.
Okay. You take 4 damage as you successfully tumble and avoid most of the damage from the high fall.
Okay.
And you land gracefully. You don't land on your back or anything. So you're like, you land. You're ready to fire again.
Okay. Cool.
This guy sees what you did. He's seen what you done, and he's gonna take a step forward. And from his like a little pouch on his belt, he just takes out kind of like a javelin that's like the size of like a spear, and he just tosses at you lazily. 14, So he's got an 18 to hit with
Yep,
this javelin.
that hits me.
Okay. You're going to take 12 piercing damage as he just
Yikers.
impales your leg with this spear. Also, just like roll me a dex saving throw.
Okay. Probably fine. It's a 25.
Yeah, you pretty like you are in danger of being pinned by this javelin, but you're able to kind of like move out of the way so it doesn't just go through your leg and go into the ground. It just shaves off the top of your thigh and deals some real damage, but you're not stuck. Tassels, that's your turn.
We are looking at this ogre,
Mm-hmm.
and the webs are going to finish burning up over the course of a whole turn, a whole round. I mean, so back to Viv, who set them on fire.
Yeah.
So sorry to like just get all into the nitty gritty and stuff, but he's going to be rolling another dex save on the start of his turn. Then is how I would understand that.
He's already from the start of his turn taking his damage. He's taken all the damage he's going to take from this web, right?
Yeah, I know, but he's still in the thing. So on the start of his turn, he's going to take another dex save to see if he's not.
No,
restrained.
he would have to enter the space again to have to make that dex save.
Okay.
Yep.
Then right here, I'm going to cast Grease.
Excellent. Do you want to make me a little square or you want me to do it?
I totally want to make a square.
Yeah.
Give me a greasy square, my guy.
I'm pretty sure, if I'm not
for a
mistaken,
cigarette.
its grease is 10 feet. So that's perfect. It's just right here.
It's all of a sudden incredibly slippery there.
Yes, dude.
The amount of times I've Google searched grease 5e is
I know.
hilarious and disturbing.
I know.
So each creature, so as soon as it appears, he makes a dex saving throw, which he fails because of his -1.
Hell yeah.
Rolled a 13,
So
has a
sick.
12, fails.
So he falls prone.
He falls prone. He's prone.
Yeah.
Dude, so sick, my guys. That's awesome.
I don't really have many bonus actions. I do still have a movement action here.
You trying to scramble up the walls again, or
can I scramble up him and stand on his chest?
You're entering your grease zone. Does that matter?
it does?
Oh.
Tell me what you want to do, and we're gonna do it.
I think that
What would
I
Tassels do?
want to stand on his chest and summon a flaming sphere. That's what I want to do.
All right, you go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw as you enter your grease trap.
Do you need to be there to make your sphere, though, Mikey?
He doesn't.
No, I
but-
don't.
No, he
No, of
doesn't.
course not.
No,
But-
and he's really ruining a lot of play that I could have had with the.
What's your
grease.
what's your
Oh.
dexterity here?
9 is my dexterity is 1.
You are now in his square, prone.
You're just
Next to him.
sliding around on this ogre. Like,
There-
why did you
Oh,
get in the
jeez.
grease pit with that?
Look, you gotta play as true to your character as you can. This is
Yeah.
I'm giving you a point of inspiration, Mike, for following through despite what you thought as a person might happen. You followed through for Tassels. I'm gonna give my first point of inspiration to you.
Oh, it's for
I
the
May-
truth.
cherish it.
May you
cherish it.
actually be able to use it before your death.
Yeah. I cherish it like a golden globe.
It is this ogre's turn. He's gonna stand up.
Mud
He's taking his
wrestling.
turn to stand up. He gets to just attack you with advantage. 'cause you're-
No.
he's gonna swing down. He definitely hits you. That is a 23 to hit.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
You're gonna take 13 damage as he
Oh.
just cracks
Just
down on your
crushes.
your back with your
crushes.
great club. Yeah, it hurts you quite
Yeah.
badly. He deals some real damage, but that's his whole turn. He's moved. He's attacked. That's it. Vivian, it's your turn. You see, your friend Tassels has been hurt at the
Okay.
feet of this ogre.
Religion is the opium of the masses.
Oh, Notch just reminded me. He doesn't have his club. Thank you, Notch. Thank God for.
Oh yeah. Notch.
So he's actually just going to attack you with his fist, which deal
Notch
d6s
just
instead of
saved
d8s.
your life, Tassels.
Dude, yes, Notch. That's what I'm talking about.
Notch.
Somebody had to
He-
do it.
Notch
He deals-
and I go
sorry,
way back. all
He
right?
deals 14 damage
Oh, what?
with his fists. Yeah, he rolls 2d6s instead of 2d8s
Okay.
for that. So, but I rolled 10. Yeah, so you take 14 damage as he pummels you on the ground with his fists. Sorry about that. Also, thanks, Notch. Also, thanks, Notch.
Oh, brutal.
Yeah, Viv, it is your turn.
I really wish that he hadn't gotten in that square. Is there a way for me to cast Thunderwave on this guy without hitting Tassels?
You can cast it upwards. Tassels is flat, and this guy's 10 feet tall.
Well, he just also flattened me a little bit more.
You can, oh God, yeah,
Yeah.
you're just like, there's some mud being formed underneath you by the grease,
Could
and
you
you're
also
just
clip him? Like if you aim just straight this way?
Well, that's true. Yeah, if I just clip the side, like the second half of him, you know.
Go
Yeah,
for
you
his
can-
face.
you can either aim it up off the ground 5 feet, or you can try and hit him to the side. But yeah, you can definitely do it.
I'm gonna hit him off on the side to see if I can spin him through the grease into the wall.
Into the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, could you move and do that too, in theory? Just
Uh,
move up to like.
But if I have
Here,
this,
here.
I guess if I have either way, if I'm here or there or wherever,
Mhm.
if I move here and just kind of aim it towards like this direction, yeah, it should still spin him no matter what. That force.
Yeah, he's gonna be. Yeah, go ahead and he makes a dexterity saving throw.
He makes a con save, which he has disadvantage on because of hex.
Nice.
That's
Well,
what
he's-
I'm
I was
thinking.
wondering where that was going to come in because
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah, he fails. And he will also be spinning wherever you want him to be because he is in the grease and he's technically kind of prone.
Yeah, so it'll slam him into this corner basically.
Yeah, so he's gonna take your damage and he'll take some damage from the impact too.
Call
So go
that
ahead and
earth
Cool.
damage.
Can
Yeah.
we have it spin him around and it looks like it would where his face would slam into the wall like front first?
sure.
Yeah, I love that.
Bingo,
Perfect.
bango, bang,
2d8s.
and he'll take an
He'll take
additional
7.
d6. So he'll take 9 damage altogether. Yeah,
Oh
you rattle
my
this
God,
guy.
Awesome.
And then I'm going
And
to
he actually does fall prone. By the way, he is now prone again.
Yes.
Okay, and I'm going to use my movement speed my whole movement to get here. And then as a bonus action, move Gertrude closer.
Give me a sec. I can do this.
Yeah. Just throw Gertrude over here above the log. I can move her up to 60 feet.
Above the log.
Mm-hmm. And I would like to use this round's reaction to give Clyde advantage on his next attack.
Ooh.
Excellent.
Yeah.
There's a hawk on a log in the bottom of the ravine.
All these songs will be available.
On our 420 release.
Spin
Oh Lord, Clyde, you're up.
the
Actually,
wheel, spin the wheel.
Sweet. So there are a couple things I'd like to do. First of which is to attack this big ugly son of a gun, top of the ridge, apparently with advantage now.
Yes, sir.
I would like to also, if I hit him, I'm hoping to use my Colossus damage now that he's bloodied. Let's see if that happens. That's a nat 20,
Oh!
James.
you know what this means, baby. You are rolling double damage on all of it.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness. Oh
This
my
is big time.
goodness.
Let's start with 2d10s and see where it takes us. So that's 8 plus 5. It's 13. 2d8.
I'm gonna take this opportunity to grab some mini eggs.
Okay, perfect. This is 26 and then 2d6. 26, 34 damage total. Is that right? 34 damage.
It
and
is,
then
yeah.
oh, and then an additional 2d6 of fire damage.
That's right.
Great. Let's make it a cool 40. Cool 40 damage.
So you shoot this ogre like in his right eye, and it doesn't kill him, but he's like screaming and howling in pain as it like sears his eye just like completely out. And now he's just got like a pin sticking out of his socket and a pin sticking out of his arm.
Yes.
He was not afraid of you before. He's certainly afraid of you now.
He wasn't afraid of my bellowing, my resistance to his intimidation.
I
God,
think he was just disturbed by
I would like to, instead of a movement action, is it possible to is this guard unconscious in front of me, this captive?
They are both unconscious, yeah.
I would like to pop a good berry in their mouth.
This guy right in front of you.
Right in front of me.
You do, and you see his eyes open, like they flutter open. He looks at you, and he just kind of, he doesn't even really have time to say anything before.
Wait, no, sorry. I don't get to do that because a good berry is only good for a day, right? And it's been longer than a day since I got one.
Yeah.
From Sherman.
Did he give it to you at the beginning of the last session?
I forgot that they expire. No, he gave it to me like way back. I had it written in my inventory.
Oh, okay, so you put the good berry in his mouth, and you
but that's a good chance to learn, maybe. As Clyde.
Yeah, nothing happens, and you
Mhm.
realize that. All right. So
That's okay.
here's what this ogre is gonna do. He's feeling pretty devil may care. 5, 10, 15. He's just gonna jump on you with his club.
Oh God.
So he's just gonna.
Do I get a reflex? Do I get a dex save?
No.
Or am I just getting body slammed?
He's gonna just attack you straight up here.
Okay.
That is a 15 to hit.
No, my AC is 16.
Okay. Roll me. Yeah, you know what? Why don't you roll me a dex saving throw? Because he's not going to hit you with his weapon, but he's falling on you, and he's bigger than you by too much for you to get out of the way. So
That's a 24.
okay, you succeed. So instead of taking all of this, you'll take half.
Dang.
You'll take 5 damage as he just like you roll out of the way, and he kind of clips you as he falls. He's gonna roll, and he's able to slide down. He does take some amount of damage.
From the body slam.
Takes 3
situation.
damage as he kind of like hits the ground, but he is able to like land on his feet for the
So
most
is he
part.
like down here now, like behind me, or where?
He's
is
like
he?
right here.
Okay.
Um,
There's an ogre on the hawk on the log in the bottom of the ravine.
Tassels, you're back up.
Okay, can I also stand back up?
You may.
Do I have to?
That's your movement action.
Okay, but I don't have to do another deck save on the grease.
You will if you end your turn in the grease.
Right. Gotcha. Okay, well, I'm going to, by 5 feet, disengage out away from him.
Mm-hmm.
And right here, 10 feet away from me, 5 feet away from him, cast Create Bonfire.
Okay, let me just
And-
take a look at that.
Yeah, he immediately has to do a dex save, and he takes 1d8 damage, and I think half damage on a fail on a succeed.
Okay, so you're just like putting it like right behind him, heating
Yeah.
up that tail.
Yeah, let me just make sure about that. But yeah,
Is he?
He
prone
fails
too?
his dex saving
Yeah.
dex saving throw. So you
Sick.
can go ahead and roll d8.
okay. Oh,
Ooh.
max damage on the bonfire.
Yeah, it comically burns his ass. He puts 2 hands to his booty. He screams again, shaking the trees and the shrubs around you. It like echoes through the forest in a pretty menacing way. But yeah, these guys are looking pretty beat up. After Tassels, go ahead.
Sorry. On ground that you can see within range, and it fills a 5-foot cube, and any creature in the bonfire space when you cast the spell must succeed. Oh, so this just slightly differs from Flaming Sphere is that I can't cast Flaming Sphere on top of a person, but bonfire I can.
Yeah.
So bonfire would have, let's say it's actually, in this square, it's on him.
Yeah, he's like sitting down on the ground, and you
okay.
cast it under his butt.
Yeah, okay, got it. Thank you.
And it's his turn, so he's going to stand up. He's going to move out of the grease, and he's just going to turn and just unload on Vivian here.
I'm sorry, Viv.
He rolled a 2.
Okay, sick.
He tries to swing down with his fists, Viv, and you're able to get out of the way. This guy's just kind of swinging wildly.
Yeah.
It's your turn again, Viv.
So one thing I forgot to ask last turn, and it's just moving forward, we don't need to worry about it. What would Hex have dealt damage to him through Thunderwave? It doesn't seem like it because Hex is extra D6 per attack hit, and he had to roll a save for Thunderwave. Right?
Yeah, you would have added anytime you're dealing damage, you deal additional hex damage.
It's when you hit it with an attack. I don't believe that Thunderwave is like an attack. It's like it's a spell that you're casting.
Yeah.
That's like an area of effect thing.
Yeah.
It's not a singular attack.
Got it. So it
So,
has
yeah,
to be...
I would say he would not have taken
okay.
X damage from that.
Okay, cool. Well, then I will attack him with a shillelagh.
Alrighty.
Shilagit. Are you kidding me?
Damn.
10.
Yeah, he's still off balance, so you go to hit him, and he's kind of just still kind of stumbling, moves out of the way by sheer chance. Would you like to move or anything, Viv?
I would like to once again try to disorient him by swinging around here.
Great. Clyde.
Okay. Is this guy, so when he did the body slam situation,
Mm-hmm.
he's not prone though. He was
No,
able to be on his feet.
Yeah, that's
still.
right. Yeah.
I'm going to stand my ground. This is what I would been preparing for, is to keep my cool in a just intense situation. I'm going to take a shot at him.
'Kay.
Do I still have advantage through Kiesel?
No, it's just one turn, right?
Just the one turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god.
What do you know about it? What do you know about it, my dudes?
Tom,
Are you ready for this?
Tom, finish this clown.
Can I just roll the damn? Okay,
you
no, it doesn't
should.
matter,
I think
but
you should.
you
Go
think
go for it.
I just want to see what we're capable of doing here. We'll just start doing it, and I'll add the things later. Okay, was the D8 plus? I'll just say 4d6 because it's 2 from Hunter's Mark and 2 from the fire. Okay, great. So what's 15 plus 5 is 20. Plus, we'll say the 19. We'll say it's 39. Plus 3. We'll say it's 42 damage.
Okay. Do you mind if I take this one?
Please, please.
So you just hit him in his eye, in his right eye. You follow up the bolt into the same spot. You drive the other bolt in and crack his skull open from the pressure, and he just falls backwards flat on just like a huge thwomp as he hits the ground.
Clyde's kind of like cackling a little bit, which maybe is concerning if his friends could hear him. But I think the bloodshed is getting to Clyde.
He's feeling it once again.
Tassels, you're up. You've got.
Could
you
I
still
take
have
a
this
move
big guy in
action?
front of you. Yeah, you may.
Okay, I would just like to clamber over the carcass of this man if I could. I want to just start coming around the corner to help my friends.
Okay. I was just counting slots expended. Am I ready to rock?
You are ready to rock. You're
Okay.
outside the grease. This guy's around the corner, though. You got to be a little careful here.
I'm going to go around the grease by 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
You
Gets
could
me.
also
Yeah.
just lift your concentration, right?
You could just let the grease go, brother.
Yeah.
Let it go.
That's not the kind of wizard that I am. All right?
The grudge wizard as much as he's a grease wizard. He does not forget.
Until I need the concentration again, it's actually better not to have it on hand. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
sure. I feel that.
I'm more efficient without it.
It's
honestly.
distracting.
Yeah, that's right. It's occupied. In this case, staring him down, I'm going to cast Magic Missile straight into his face.
Okay.
So
Go ahead and
that
roll
is 3d4 plus 1 each.
Yep.
Seven, 10 damage.
All right. Yeah. And you just throw some force daggers into this thing's face. He does not enjoy it. He's looking quite upset.
Teach you to step on my grease.
That was
If
art.
if he could talk, he would probably just say, "Wait, you stepped in it too. What's going on? Why am I being targeted?" It is his turn, however, and you just hit him. So Viv, he's gonna leave your square. So you can go ahead and take an attack of opportunity.
Okay. I will use my reaction as well to grant myself advantage on this attack of opportunity.
You get one reaction per turn.
Yes.
So you can't take an attack of opportunity if you're using the reaction to give yourself advantage. Because an AOO is a reaction.
Oh, that's a
Come here,
reaction.
buddy.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hey,
Yeah.
I tried.
Yeah,
Alter come.
Do you think that an 11 would hit?
I think it does. Go ahead and roll damage with your shillelagh.
I did it finally, guys.
Just a quick one up the bum there.
Just a quick one, and the hex will also do the extra damage.
It will indeed.
So total, my friend, it will be 8 damage.
Yeah, you crack this guy in the back of the leg and it almost buckles, but he pushes forward and he's just going to take a big pummeling, just slam attack against Tassels. That is a 17 to hit, Tassels.
Wow.
1 second, let me think about my whole life. Shield doesn't do anything in this instance. I'm
Does it
gonna
not?
take it.
Okay.
Can you call it up as a bonus action? You have
Yeah,
it?
but it's only +5. Not to
What's
mention-
your AC?
sorry, 11.
Oh, I see. Okay. So he just slams down with his fist. He's going to deal 11 damage to you as he just punches you again. And I'm going to need you to make a strength saving throw to see if you stand after that.
Okay.
See if he doesn't knock you down.
Okay. Strength is +3.
17. You're able to stand. Yeah, he
Okay.
hits you pretty hard, but you're made of stiffer stuff.
Yeah.
Firmer.
I give him a quick
firmer
chuff.
stuff.
I have
The
one,
chuff does not go unnoticed.
I have 1 single health point.
Oh
I
my
just want-
god.
I want to let the record
Still
stay.
standing though. Still standing. Viv, you're up.
It's me, I'm back. Sorry, I had to blow my nose once again. This is killing me in Nashville right now. Will this grant me advantage, please?
It will.
Dungeon Daddy, thank you. I would like to swing at him once again. Okay. My rolls are so bad tonight.
Luckily, his AC is absolute trash because he is just a giant being.
So 14, thank goodness.
That hits.
All
Go ahead and roll some damage with your shillelagh,
Okay.
and then your
And
hex
the
damage.
hex, yeah. Okay, not too bad. That's going to be 10 total.
All right, Vivian,
Mm.
finish him. Finish this ogre.
Is he just beating the living hell out of Tassels?
Yeah, he's like about to kill Tassels.
So what I would like to do for this is I swing around and step between him and Tassels, his fist beating Tassels, and I grab his fist with one hand, and I'm going to bring the shillelagh around to break his arm, and then back up under the chin.
Excellent. Yeah, you Tassels is still standing like heroically after taking a massive beating from this thing, defiantly chuffing in this ogre's face. Vivian comes around and grabs the fist that's about to break Tassels in half and breaks it in two, just completely decimating this ogre. And you guys have made it through the old combat there.
Keep the grease
Dude,
up.
we
Though,
solved
just in
your ogre
case.
puzzle.
All right, you guys are now out of
Okay.
combat.
Let's get over
Clyde?
here.
Did Clyde make it?
Yeah, you guys go around the corner. Clyde is just kind of standing with one foot on top of this ogre's body.
I see you handled the other ogre.
Oh yeah, no, I mean he was just he was a little small fry, you know.
And what about this fellow here?
An even smaller fry.
Oh, geez, had a couple of fries this evening.
I was in an all sides sort of mood.
Yeah.
Clyde, you've got this weird demonic sparkle in your eye.
I actually might be smiling uncontrollably.
They
Clyde
call-
is
They call
taking to
him
the bloodshed.
Clyde all sides.
There's a bit of blood splatter and charring around your face from your fallen
Why are you
enemies.
licking your lips?
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. I'd like to check on the bodies of the guards over here if I could.
They're still breathing. They're just unconscious.
Okay.
Can I roll a medicine to try to help them out?
They're not like bleeding out or anything. The medicine would only stabilize them so that they're not dying.
Oh, okay.
In order to get them to like 1 hit point or more, you'd have to heal them somehow,
Yes. So I would
or
love,
or rest.
yeah,
Let them rest.
if we could take a short rest, then I could help everybody out, I think.
Yeah, I could at the bare minimum, I could use a short rest.
All right, you guys all are around this campfire. And I think that that's a good place to call it for the night. It's a good place to stop.
Should we roll hit points now for the rest, or should we just remember when we start the next session?
Why don't you guys take a long rest here?
Okay.
Oh, big time.
Very cool.
And we'll just kind of like you guys can do just like a 4.5 hour sleep, and then when you guys wake up, we'll start the next session. So you guys can go ahead and heal and everything. Hey, thanks so much for joining us, everybody, for another sesh. That was a pretty hilarious ogre battle. I really thought it was going to be a little bit more challenging, but throwing a few people at you guys might be a bad idea, considering Clyde can just really take single targets down very quickly.
Yeah.
I
So,
mean, that I don't think that's always going to be the case, but I have been blessed
well, you
with the
crit
D20s
twice.
with the critical hits lately.
Yeah, so you guys made it through. Thanks so much for joining us. Just another reminder, if you guys are still there, if you have any ideas for magic items or NPC names, please send them our way. We will try and throw them into the mix here. And I know people got stuff to plug, so I'll step back. But thanks again, guys. Appreciate it. It was a lot of fun.